Hello guys, check out this new tutorial with Christmas tree and the presents. I think it's the easiest Christmas tree you can ever paint without any drawing. If you are my Patreon member, you get extended version of the drawing of the gift boxes. Please like, share and subscribe and check out the details for all the supplies. Have fun painting! So for my tree, I'm gonna freehand using number 10 brush. I had my blue from the previous painting on my palette and actually I'm gonna use it. So here's my undersea green from Daniel Smith. I will mention all the supplies in the description, and I'm gonna be using that blue leftovers as well. So I'm just gonna go. Oh, what I want to do for the tree, I want to use my spray bottle, and I'm not putting too close. I'm just gonna go about maybe 10 inches and give it a nice mist spray. So I want it to be a little loose. So I just need to figure out where the center will be, and I'll be just having fun with it. I'm leaving some whites, and it will bleed in some areas because of that water I just sprayed. So I'm gonna use that blue, another blue, so I have nice mixture. And I'm just going like this with the tip of the brush, just leaving some white areas and going whiter at the bottom, topping with darker, just using my different values of green, different shades of green, going back to my undersea green and kind of swirling like to the edge. I want them like to be a little bit curvy, so I think it's fun. So I'm using tip of my brush and just doing that. So you see some areas it bleeds, but not too much. So I'll go again, just tap, 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 doing that, going around my boxes and the bows. And now I will go with more green, which is my perlin green. And I will be just dabbing, leaving whites. Always leave your whites. It makes it interesting. And just adding in some areas, and it makes your tree look interesting when you vary those green shades. Going on top. That's it. Boom. Here's your tree. Here's your beautiful, very simple tree. So I'm gonna go with my boxes. I think I want to use kind of goldish color. So I'm using my red. I'm gonna add some cadmium yellow. So I have like orangey. I will just start painting my boxes. And I think I want to add burnt sienna. Yeah, under the lid you're gonna have darker. I'm not sure what ribbon should I make, what color for the ribbon. Maybe white, but for now I'll just go with boxes. Let's leave the ribbon white for now. So I'm just wiping off and blending edges, going around that bow. Some watering down, dragging to the center, leaving some whites And let's do the side of the box. And we'll do the details. The liner with the liner brush. For now, I just want to do like very loose wash around it. I want my boxes to be kind of same and all gold. So I'm just mixing burnt sienna with tiny bit of cadmium yellow and just painting, leaving some white, and that one. So for now I keep the ribbons white. Maybe I'm gonna make them red. Yeah, golden red. I think it's pretty. So now I have one more here. So I'm just leaving some white, painting them very loose, so I don't worry about like details. Okay. All right, so maybe more yellow on this one. And I'll go with my burnt umber and add some shadow under the leads and the edges, so they look like three-dimensional, and even around that ribbon, the creases, the folds. So around the folds I'm going with burnt umber, and I let it bleed because the paper is still damp. So we have already the 3D look after we're dapping that burnt umber under the bow. Yeah, those are the darkest areas of the shadow. And I'm gonna add some shadow under the boxes. I'll wet my paper. I'll wet on the boxes. And we'll add a little bit of purple in that yellow. So we have like brownish color. So that's complementary of the yellow. And just go under the boxes, create the shadow. Cool it down and add some indigo. Yes, it was too warm. So I added that indigo and it made nice cool shadow. I want to use my damp brush and kind of drag it. I don't worry too much about these details. Okay, let's paint the ribbon. So I've decided to make the ribbon red. So I'm cleaning my palette. I'm gonna use my cadmium red with alizarin crimson. So my boxes and the tree are dry now, and I switched to my number 4 Princeton Aqua Elite brush for those details. And now I'm gonna go back to my red and paint that ribbon. Here is cadmium red light. So I'm just painting the ribbon, leaving some areas white again. If you guys want to have nice 3D dimensional effect, try to leave some areas white because there are always highlights we have light everywhere. So the light creates highlights and the shadows. All right, more red, darker red, and just drop that darker red. So I'm gonna paint the bows, do the edges, then clean my brush, tap off paper towel and just blend. Blend, leave some white again, and go back with more red. And use different shades of red. So it looks like, okay, I think I'm just gonna cover that. So I'm gonna make them all red. This is what I've decided. Just using my wet brush. Okay, adding different shades of red, cadmium red light, and alizarin crimson. And this bow. And I'm gonna add the shadow later. So I'm just adding here and there, leaving a little bit of white. All right, and I have one more here. If you guys want to keep it more simple, more like primitive looking, and you don't need to add those highlights. So even on a Christmas tree, I want to add some ornaments. If you want to keep it simple and minimalistic looking, you can just put the simple rounds, like rounded shapes for the ornaments. Or you can go a little fancier and add the shadows and highlights. But it's up to you guys what the style you prefer. So I'm just trying to show you more advanced how to add like 3D dimensional look. So by leaving highlights and adding shadows, this is what makes everything look three-dimensional. So I'm just adding some water, some different values of red. So I'm gonna add a little bit of purple for the shadow. So I'm gonna have more darker red under and in the creases and on the left side of the bow. But this is just the details already. Okay, I want to add some ornaments on my tree. I'm just gonna use this purple or whatever I have here, and I don't really care about the color. This is, I just want to use as the shadows, like under painting under my gold. So because I want to use my metallic gold for these ornaments, but I want to have a little bit of shadow. So it's like a underpainting for my gold. And here, but you can just go with straight gold if you want to keep it more simple and minimalistic looking. And here I'm gonna make the topper gold. I can also go around it like star looking shape, up and bottom, left to right, and across, and I'm gonna add gold right on top of that red. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna come back with gold and maybe paint a ribbon. So here's my gold metallic watercolor. I'm activating, and my burgundy color is not completely dry. I'm just gonna start adding that gold and see how it bleeds, how it blends with the red. Create nice, really cool effect. So I'm just gonna use gold by itself as well. And do on top of that red. Okay. And that topper, I'm just gonna go around on top of that red. So I still have that red visible. Going on all of my bowl ornaments. All around. Some just with plain gold. And it's looking pretty. Okay, I feel I want to add a few more. I think I want to color that. And let's add a ribbon. Just like wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Go in here, and maybe it looks nice against the dark green. I'm just going kind of across diagonal, just tapping and not making that straight line. So by wiggling it, you're creating the line that has kind of looking highlights, and make it going. So the line has to be broken, not just perfect. And here, and maybe just dab on some pines. Yes, it looks pretty. Very Christmassy and magical. So I'll go on top of my bow and the ribbon and add that gold as well. It makes beautiful, beautiful card for someone special. And here. And now I will go with white gouache and create a few highlights with white gouache on the boxes. Just kind of outline, but I'm not outlining the whole thing. I'm just adding a few highlights, few lines. Yeah, pretty much like few highlights. Boom. Here. On the boxes. Boom, boom. And the ribbon. Oh yeah, it gives that pop, that tiny detail. And can add on the tree as well. Few white needles. Oh yeah, looks more interesting and three-dimensional. Beautiful. And you can also go with your white gouache and or your gold and do splatters. And tap it with another brush. Add that magic. Change the angle so it can go with white, you can go with gold. Have fun. So for the snow you can go with white and see how it looks with white snow. If you feel, guys, you want to add more shadow, you can do so with your purple and a little bit of indigo. Water it down and add another layer of that shadow. And a little bit of burnt sienna. Yeah. Yeah, more shadow. And the boxes pop now. And I feel I need a little bit of darker green onto the tree. Yeah, this area has to be the darkest. So I'm just filling up these white spaces. Yeah, all the way around. And the needles could even go a little bit on top of the boxes. Okay, fill it up here. Okay. And removing my tape. And here's your another pretty Christmas card. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and gonna give it a try. Check out my other Christmas card paintings. Join my Patreon for additional stuff. Thank you so much for watching and have fun painting.